What's going on, y'all? It's CJ with Fantasy Intervention here. Just wanted to drop by, give you a quick shot on my favorite dynasty buys this offseason, and it's going to be Tyler Boyd, wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, who wants a shot?
Now, Tyler finished up as wide receiver 28 on the season in full point PPR this past year, but taking into consideration he had to deal with Ryan Finley and Brandon Allen as his quarterbacks for the last few games of the season. This is something I wanted to look at with the games with Joe Burrow alone, because we assume that Joe Burrow is going to be back next year going forward. So in those 10 games of Joe Burrow, Boyd averaged 7.6 targets per game. He was hitting a 16.2 fantasy points per game. And in that span, he even had two games of 13 targets in there and 3 games over 10 targets. Now, it doesn't sound like an insane amount when you break it down like that, but if you think about it in terms of fantasy points, 162.4 fantasy points for the wide receiver, that would put him at wide receiver 11 at that time, one spot ahead of Calvin Ridley there. So with that coming into play, I know we a lot of talk about T. Higgins is going to get a big jump, and I love T. Higgins as well. This is just a cheaper buy for a lot of the production that you can get from T as well, and they play different roles in the team. Something to consider there, we have 104 vacated targets from A.J. Green probably leaving the team. So with that, they aren't all going to go to one player. So I assume that we can at least see about 9+ targets a game for Tyler Boyd, and you saw what he did on that limited workload he had before of the only 7.6. So with Joe Burrow coming back, the price that you can get him for right now is really reasonable. A lot more reasonable than what, let's say, the T. Higgins on the same team. He would be someone I'll be targeting for 2021 in Dynasty, and someone I'll be looking for value in redraft this next year. Thanks, guys.